sometimes you just feel like somebody's up there just beating on you every day, keep you down. But we've got some really good response from this last application, so I'm kind of glad we're getting there. So we'll be ready to do our sprig.
Perfect.
Yeah, it'll be awesome. This is not our old, it's our second oldest field. It's around 15 years old. We've got some areas that have got some really bad compaction, which the soil is and actually the soil is a little bit heavier, which means there's less sand and more silt and clay in it. So what we're hoping to see with the Grow Aloe application is the remediation of that soil to kind of help loosen it up and get to where it'll help allow the root systems to grow in better, as well as feed that root and that foliage, to where it'll help the grass do a better job and the soil react better. One of the biggest problems that you're going to run into on these fields is this isn't like a normal crop. I mean, typically on crops, you rotate your fields to give them a rest. We can't do that here. It's here, like I said, been here 15 years. The other one's been here 17 years. So you're just constantly taking away from the soil. So we've got to figure out a way to give back to make the soil healthier, as well as making the plant itself healthier. So we're kind of thinking with the Grow Aloe, we'll be able to accomplish that. Plus, by doing some other applications, we're utilizing chicken litter, which is a more organic type of fertilizer, which helps do exactly that. It helps feed the soil, plus it feeds the sod as well. So we're kind of getting a little bit more bang for our buck. And then we also do synthetic fertilizer still, but we're only having to do about a quarter of what we were doing per acre before.
Yeah.
Where we were doing 200 pounds of the acre, now we're doing 50. And we've seen just the results we've seen off of the sod we have and what we've done so far. It's just been really remarkable, just the fact that we've been able to make the soil healthier, the grass healthier, and it's doing a lot better with what we're getting. For the Grow Aloe application, what we'll see is on this outside track is kind of where we're doing our test plots, because I didn't want to try to do a big area. So by being on this last tower, we're doing the outer 30, 40 feet, and we can actually kind of monitor it a lot better. Now, it's not the only place I put it. I put it pretty much on this entire field. We put it on this grass there's a couple of things that we're trying to see if it'll work. We had some ribbons that were a little bit too big, and so we're hoping that as that soil starts to loosen up a little bit, we'll be able to roll them out. Because what we had to do up there, you can see where we had to go in there and till that area up, and we basically deep tilled it about 6 inches. So, and then we went in and re-rolled it. Now, we didn't add any sprigs in there, we just used the existing grass that was in place. And we're getting you can just see the difference, and it's been a little over 3 weeks, and it's just so green up on that hill already. The growth back has just been remarkable. So I sprayed everything on this field. The first application, we did this section and then all the way to the 4th tower. So this all got the Grow Aloe. Then we did the rest of the field in a couple of different applications over the last week. Let's see, we did one application last Saturday a week ago, and then I did another one this past week, because we have to do them in the evening. So typically I can only get 1 load out. I did get 2 loads out because I started a little earlier. It was real cloudy. So I thought, well, maybe we can get 2 today. So we started a little earlier. I got 2 loads out and worked out really good. So I've been really impressed with what I've seen. So we did a little over half of this section where we've got part of it sprayed, part of it not sprayed with the growth. So we've got Grow Aloe and no application. And then we added an area where we did new sprigs. So we've got old grass, new grass with spray, old grass, new grass with no spray. So we can kind of see what's going on with the application and the grasses in different applications. So we're kind of trying to get an idea see what we can do on a larger scale. So then on the other side, we've got a heavier soil, more of a red clay, and you can see it. It's just got a brighter reddish color to it, and it's heavier soil, more compacted. It's harder to harvest because it is got such a compaction to it. So what we did over there did basically the same thing. we've got grow aloe, no grow aloe, and then I've got sprigs and no sprigs. So we've got old grass with and then old and new grass combined with grow aloe, and then another area that it's the same thing with no grow aloe, so we can kind of see what the differences is between the 4 applications. So, and then so it turns out we've got 8 different scenarios going on in this little ring all the way around. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see how they do. And but we're excited about it. I mean, from what I've seen, just in the response from it, it's pretty. And when my guys notice it, then because when we were doing the sprigging, they saw it. So that was kind of the neat part, was that they noticed it and asked me if I saw it. Did you spray that? And I went, yeah. Did you see the difference when we went past that flag? I went, yeah. Man, that stuff's awesome. I said, yeah. I'm even more excited about what we might get off the existing field and the grass that's already that's growing in, to see how well it does. We've got some spots over there that are still real immature, but we've got the application on, so I'm hoping that in about 2 to 3 weeks we'll see a faster respawn and it rebound and grow in thicker and faster and actually mature quicker. So that means we can get into it and start cutting it at a faster rate. So you might be, field this size, if you can do 3 cuts or even 2.5 cuts a year versus 2, it allows the farm to be more productive. And so for us, and any small, especially a small farm, it really gives them a better advantage, not just as far as making the money, but providing for their customers. So, and right now it's just, our customers they can't find grass. I mean, everybody's cutting out, and with the growth that's going on and all the building and everything, it's just there's just a huge demand. So hopefully this could be a big game changer for everybody, which will be really awesome. It's nice to be on the ground floor to get to actually see it. So that's going to be the interesting part. See how everything turns out. On the long run part of it, it'll make each year a little easier. If we does what we think it's going to do, as far as helping the soil remediate, make the soil healthier, which makes the plant healthier, and it's just a win-win for everybody. So that's what we're working on. Hopefully it'll all keep going. We're going to sprig the new field next week, so that's another part that we're doing, is a completely new field that's going to have all new sprigs, new soil. We'll do an application to the soil itself. Right. And then we'll come back after it, and then I've got to get with Ross to see what kind of timeline we need to space it out. But then we'll do a second application of 4% on the sprigs, and then we'll just kind of watch and see what happens.